My question on Alabama, Wisconsin.
Okay.
The number, the total.
16.
The total, 49.5, I think. Low-scoring game or just a blowout that Alabama scores enough points that it's a blowout?
I think it's a blowout. I'm trying to talk myself into I hate 11 o'clock games. You know
don't do this.
Yeah, I want to play Alabama minus 16.5. I think it is. The only thing that scares me is Wisconsin's got really good linebackers. Aaron Suttles was asking me what is the strength of this defense yesterday when we were doing Bam and Bourbon. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday?
That was yesterday, yes.
Yesterday,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But
you got me confused. It was Tuesday.
No, it was yesterday. It got delayed.
It was supposed to be Tuesday, and then because my situation, it was yesterday.
Right.
The linebackers are the strength of this defense, and they could limit maybe some things that Jalen Hurts does on the ground. Now, I talked to a guy that's really big in props, and he has circled, and I agree. Jalen Hurts, his total passing yards right now, 211.5. He hasn't surpassed that yet because he was pulled, didn't have a lot of attempts against Western Kentucky, and just didn't play extremely well against South Florida. But I think it flies over the total. I think Jalen has multiple big plays, like I'm talking about up top, because we talked about last year, although he couldn't hit the intermediate throws, he threw one of the best deep balls in college football, and he got better and better at the other parts of his game as the season went on, but he's always been a great deep ball thrower. I think Ryan Williams will have an impact on Saturday. I think Jalen Milroe through the air. This Wisconsin team's not good.
When I say Wisconsin offense, you think what?
I think running the football.
Running the football. That's what everybody thinks, right?
Yeah.
Out of 18 teams, where are they right now in the Big Ten, you think?
18 teams?
Yep, rushing offense.
They've
played two bad opponents, by the way.
Yeah.
They've played Western Michigan and South Dakota.
Yeah, good FCS team and an okay MAC team. Yeah. I'm going to say right now they are 10th.
I would say that they are 16th just based on this. Look there.
Oregon's actually 16th, which is alarming for Oregon, by the way.
Ches Maluzzi's averaging only 3.8 per carry, and he's had one carry over 10 yards. So they've got to be on the bottom half.
They're ninth. They're right in the middle. But, passing offense is – yeah, you got that right, Jim.
Close.
You were close. You said 10th, right? Passing offense actually worse for them. They're 14th, and that's the thing is – you could swallow them being ninth in rushing if this offense that Phil Longo was brought up there to run was actually working, Lance. But it's not working. Well, he was brought up there to open the offense up, right, and throw the ball more.
Yeah,
and that's the whole reason they went and got Tyler Van Dyke.
You had a guy in Tanner Mordecai that was an air raid quarterback coming in, and it didn't work out last year. You thought you had an upgrade with Tyler Van Dyke. It's still very early in the season. And, oh, by the way, they are undefeated sitting at 2-0. But, everybody's got to have a scapegoat. And I don't think Luke Fickell's – he's far from in trouble. Luke Fickell's a good coach, but I think you will see, and this is just an early prediction, and maybe this thing blows up. Maybe they go 500 passing yards on Bama on Saturday. But it just looks early that you could see this be a situation where Fickell's like, you know what, we're going to go back to the basics.
Yeah, so that's what is concerning if I'm a Wisconsin fan in this game is like – we sacrificed being that dominant downhill run team that could just lean on teams and grind them to go to this wide open passing attack, and it has not worked. Yep. And what makes you think it's going to work against Alabama? Now Alabama has not faced a good passing quarterback yet. Okay, they've faced T.J. Finley and Byron Brown.
Yeah, I will tell you what's the kid last week?
Byron Brown. Not a good passing offense.
I would tell you that he could not hit the side of a barn, and he had a lot of open receivers.
With that said, Alabama has only given up 103 yards per game in those two games, Lance, passing. So teams are not now. Again, that's T.J. Finley and Byron Brown. Those are not good quarterbacks.
Yeah, you'll get a better challenge at least for the secondary this week on the road against Tyler Van Dyke and this air raid offense, if you want to call it that.
I really believe it.
By the way, Byron Brown, if he was accurate,
he'd be dangerous.
He would be Jalen Milroe, and then some.
Because he's a load.
He wouldn't be at USF. If he could throw.
That's right.
He wouldn't be at USF if he could throw.
He is a load.
I have a feeling that they open up the offense. Wisconsin does a little bit more. They've been very vanilla, I think.
So they're holding back for this game.
31-17 is my feel. 31-17.
Wow, 31 points for Alabama on the road.
Yeah, 31-17.
Not a bad performance.
That still keeps you under the 49.
35-3.
Oh, that's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I think
that
it
still keeps it under the.
I think
it does.
Yeah. I think it's a beating. Yeah. But who knows?
That's what. 49.5 looks like a small number nowadays, right?
Oh, that's a very small number.
That's a low total.
Yeah, for instance, we talked about it yesterday. North Texas is Texas Tech. I looked at it yesterday. It was like 67.5. Wake and Ole Miss in Wake Forest is like 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be some points in that game.